Hello, happy people, and welcome to your Moment of Zed, the YouTube channel dedicated to the most beautiful car in the world, the BMW Z3, or as the folks in Dunkirk call it, the Z3. I'm Mark, and today we have another special episode, Top 10 Modifications for your BMW. But first, a couple of quick announcements. Number one, we went over 1,500 subscribers recently. Thanks to all of you who have subbed me. I really appreciate it. And secondly, last month we were monetized. What does that mean? That means when you watch an ad, I get a few pennies. I do appreciate it. Please pretend the skip ad button is not there. Please watch all the ads all the way through. Ask YouTube for more ads. Anyways, before we get to the top 10 modifications, we have 3 Zeds of the week. And first up, we have Eric from Illinois with his 2000 2.8-liter 5-speed in a very pretty topaz blue with 192,000 miles. Now, he bought this just in June. It has no modifications. He has replaced the seat bushings, done a coolant flush, and he said that the previous owner had done some suspension work. Very nice. Next, we have Alan from right around the corner in Wekiva Springs, Florida, with his 1999 2.8-liter 5-speed. Now, this was a 60th birthday gift from his wife. That's very thoughtful. 12 years ago, when it had 31,000 miles, now it has 60,000 miles. Alan says it's all original down to the original stereo with the working CD player in the trunk. He now dailies the car to work just like I do, which is great. It's a great daily driver. Thank you so much, Alan. Also, Alan included this very cool graphic about the evolution of man. Thank you so much. And last but not least, Victor from Spain to segue us into modifications with his blinged up 2001 2.2-liter automatic with 71,000 miles. Victor says it has no rust, scratches, or dents. It does, however, have more external modifications than any Zed of the week we've had so far. Perfect for today. It looks like it has a hood scoop added, some very cool graphics, a body kit, angel eye headlights or something similar, a large rear spoiler, seat covers, and chrome roll hoops, at least on first glance. Victor, thank you so much. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for sharing your beautiful cars. If you would like your car featured on Zed of the Week, please look below in the description for some instructions. Very easy to do. Please keep sending them in. Now on with those modifications. And at number 10, we have chrome bits, as I like to call them. Most simply, the gills on the side. That's a very popular chrome bit to add to the Z3, and I think it looks pretty good. The other place where it's commonly seen is the roll hoops, and those could come in a number of different styles. These are kind of stainless steel, but chrome E, and then there's some pure chrome ones as well. So these are 2 popular places to add some style. And I've also seen chrome A-pillars. Not sure if I love them or don't love them, but you see those as well. And at number 9, we have stereo upgrades. And for some people, this is number 1. Most prominently, this would be changing out the head unit. Now, my viewer Donald has sent a great Google Doc about the changes he made to his entire system, so I'll try and link that in the description if anyone wants to see it, but it's very good and very detailed. Beyond the head unit, of course, the speakers, which even though they're Harman Kardon as stock speakers, probably aren't really that good, especially the well-known lousy subwoofer in between the seats. These are often replaced by 2 subwoofers or something, anything that's not stock. And here's a pile speaker that, again, viewer Donald used in his installation. He also used this Alpine amplifier, which is tiny but powerful. It can also be a visual upgrade, as the stubby antenna is a very popular upgrade as well, and I've linked that in the description. And at number 8, we have lighting modifications, maybe most famously the Spyder headlight sets that many people have. Now, I don't have them. I like the way they look. Many people do. They're also called angel eyes or halo lights, and you can buy them as a set, about $400 or $500 for the Spyders, probably the best known, or you can just buy the actual halos themselves and install them inside your own lights. I have a link to that in the description. Modification number 7, exhaust systems. Something you don't see, but you certainly do hear in our first true performance upgrade. Now here's our stock exhaust system. It's okay, but there are definitely gains to be had from companies like Super Sprint. Here's a Super Sprint system on an older Z. Not only Super Sprint, but maybe even more popular MagnaFlow systems, probably better known here in the United States. And even better known, probably Flowmaster, which also makes systems. Now you can go from almost stock to very loud and everything in between. And modification number 6, suspension improvement. Something I definitely plan on doing on my car, including urethane bushings from companies such as PowerFlex and Rev Shift. Those are the green ones. Not only that, but I also plan on upgrading my front struts. These are Bilstein units, very popular in our cars, although I think I may go with the Conies. Here's the Coney adjustable sport strut. That may be my choice. And I will also be doing rear shocks. Again, these are the Bilsteins. I think, though, I'm going to go with the Coney adjustable sport shocks. Now, of course, many people go far beyond that, and they go ahead and get coilover suspensions, full suspensions. These are from Godspeed, and this would allow you to, of course, lower the vehicle, very popular as well, and would also allow you to reduce that annoying wheel gap that upsets many, many people. And we're halfway done with the list of top 10 modifications for your Z3, and we move on to number 5, the rear lip spoiler. Although I love the styling of our car, I think this part of the car is probably a little understyled. Now you can go stock, as we just saw, which used to be an option for the car, or you could get something like this. This is currently available on Amazon, link in the description. Both of those are pretty mild. You can go a little wilder. Here's what I'd call a medium-sized rear spoiler. This was on a former Zed of the Week, has a nice look to it. Or you could go wild and get something like this, which is on one of our Zeds of the Week on this current video, and that is what I call a rather large rear lip spoiler. And our number 4 mod, and this may be controversial, but as far as performance upgrades go, I'm going to say routine maintenance and weight reduction. Things like making sure all your filters are clean, making sure your oil's changed, gear oil, differential oil, all those things can be helpful in upgrading your performance. Not only that, but weight reduction, and probably the main place where we could reduce weight is getting rid of the spare tire tray, the spare tire itself, and the cage. And I know I've done a video where I kind of fixed that stuff up, but I'm seriously consider removing it because a 25-year-old spare tire is probably not a good thing to have or to try and use. So I may do a video about swapping that out for other things. But don't forget, as far as weight reduction goes, the heaviest accessory in the car is the driver. So that's something I know I can work on, and maybe some other folks too. On to number 3 on our list, and probably the thing that would visually change your car the most, although it's not always cheap, paint or vinyl wraps. Something simple like this Roadster stripe, or something more radical like a complete color change to some color that wasn't stock. Always a possibility. Depends on how much you want to spend. It could run you into multiple thousands of dollars easily. Another option is vinyl wrapping, although that's not necessarily cheap. What vinyl wrap does for you is makes it changeable in the future if you want, and it also gives you the possibility of colors that would be almost impossible to get out of paint. That was gold, and here's a matte bronze, which other than the silver stripes, I actually have to admit I like a lot. And at number 2, we have brake modifications. You know the old saying, if your car won't go, you've got a problem. If your car won't stop, you've got a big problem. Now, there are many ways we could modify the brakes. You could drop a couple grand and go with oversized brakes like these. They come from a number of manufacturers. But maybe a better way to go is this popular swap, and this one is from Matija in Croatia, who's one of our viewers and will be on Zed of the Week soon. He has his own channel. I'm going to give you a link to his video about using E46 330i brakes to improve your Z3, and that's been a popular modification for a long time now. You can see it on the old forum posts as well. So all those links will be in the description, but brake upgrades at number 2. And our number 1 modification for the BMW Z3 is wheels and tires. For the money, I think this will give you the most bang for your buck as far as the looks on your car. Now, I won't beat a dead Zed because we recently did a whole video on this topic, but certainly there's a huge variety out there. Other BMW wheels, aftermarket wheels, different wheels that came on the Z3 originally. So certainly you can customize to what you want. Don't forget now, any mods you make are probably going to affect the value of the car. So be careful how far you go. Make sure you like what you're getting. Believe it or not, this highly modified off-roadster was for sale on Craigslist at one time. And there you have it, folks. The top 10 modifications for your BMW Z3 is decided by me. Please send in those comments. Tell me how wrong I am and tell me how many things I missed. Seriously, I'm looking forward to them. I'm sure I missed a lot of things you can do to your BMW Z3. But if you did like the content, please crush that like button as always. And until next time, remember, friends don't let friends drive boring.